Hey everybody, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I'm getting around a little better now. This is my 5th day without limping around on crutches. I'm going to see how my knee still hurts a bit, but my ankle's better. I'm going to see how the camera handles walking around and facing the sun and the glaring bright sunlight as I walk over and talk to you. This is our first day in the garden. It was mid to high 40s today after temperatures in the single digits last night. It was brutally cold last night. So today we got out here a little bit, and Melanie and Michelle and I, and pulled out the weeds. And I broke up the corn stalks. I'm leaving them there to rot and to provide moisture retention. And this was a straw bed, and all the rye had grown up in there. So we broke that down and ripped out the weeds. And hopefully I'll be planting peas in here in the next day or so. I guess peas can handle the cold and can be planted earlier, so we'll be doing that here soon. And, well, here you can see the rye all trying to take over. What a mess. This is going to be a job to work out, because they have massive root masses, big root bundles underneath the ground here. It's just a nightmare. That was a mistake. We used the Amish straw, which was full of rye, and that's just it almost looks like a lawn. We basically planted a lawn. So I got up here today. I don't know about these herb beds. There was no protection for them over the winter. I don't know how well they're going to do up here, and the rabbits had their way with a lot of the things in our gardens. So I don't know. And then our roses, I don't know what survived. The rabbits ate them down. It's really frustrating. It's hard to grow anything out here with nature wanting to eat it all on you. But I'm very pleased to see that my raised bed, actually you may notice greener grass up here. A little bit of grass tufts more up here than anywhere else. And I actually have weeds growing in here already. I gotta dig that out. But already we're weeding. So the herbs still have some green in them underneath. And there's weeds up in here I've got to pull out. A lot of this stuff came with the straw that I put in. There's grass, green grass, see? Up here is much warmer than down lower. So our garden is in a low spot, a very, very low spot. And I'm about 6 foot higher here at least. So that's a disadvantage down there. So it makes our growing conditions harsh. But what I'm really excited to see is the thyme. This is a mother of thyme, and it has beautiful pink flowers, really bushed out, and continues. It seems like it continued to grow. I mean, it looks good here. It looks really good, and it's just thick. Look at this one flowing down. It's actually been doing very well. Even that one there, very well. So this was my best, most successful experiment of all. This hill that I had planted was absolutely the best. And then over on this side, oops, I've got critters nesting in there. Over here I have the mint family of plants, which totally die down in winter. But considering how good the others are, I have high hopes for these to come back. So, really nice. Really, really good. I am pleased with this grow bed. And this is based on German Hügel culture, which is basically growing in a hill. So you put biodegradable materials down, like rotting tree materials, down underneath, and then you layer it up, and then put your soil on top of that, and the rotting vegetation and materials underneath warms the bed throughout the year and also provides nutrients. And here we have a very, very beautiful looking garden. Now, we had incredibly cold last night, and so these versions of thyme are very, very good for this weather. Don't know how well it shows, but over here by the compost bins there's a lot of green vegetation. It's really, really warm here. The sun heats it up and the ground here really retains the warmth. So a lot of green here. Now back here on the low side again, I'd like to explain we have another greenhouse, an actual greenhouse. So this here was a tent. That was the frame of a tent that I salvaged. And I've always had struggles getting anything to stick to it. The wind always rips apart my plastic that I use. So we got a real greenhouse this year. And what we're going to do is we're going to scoop off the soil that we've added and amended throughout the years. There are 4 years now. We're going to scoop off all the topsoil, pulling out all the rye as we go. And we're going to put that on a tarp off to the side. And then we're going to level the ground here, bringing it forward, and level this all out. And then I'm going to put raised beds out here, and then backfill with our topsoil into the grow beds. And then also we'll backfill with the Amish topsoil mix. And then in the walkways will be the mulch that I got last fall for free. We'll have that mulch in the walkways. I'm probably going to put down cardboard and or plastic to prevent anything from growing there ever. And then I'll probably bring in some sawdust on top of that for a thick, dense blocking barrier, and then put some of the mulch in between in the walkways. So we're going to have a 2-foot grow bed, a 2-foot walkway, a 2-foot grow bed, and a 2-foot walkway, and a 2-foot grow bed. We have a 10-foot wide greenhouse frame, which is going to be probably just about the same as this here. It's probably going to be exactly the same as this, what we already have. Just that I'm going to be spacing it out differently this year with 2-foot strips, walkways and grow beds. Now down the middle of the greenhouse is where we're going to plant our fruit trees and grapes and things that we need at one zone higher for them to survive out here, because we haven't been able to grow any fruits because they get a frost in the spring after they bud out and it kills them off. And I'm tired of that. I'm just tired of losing all our fruits and never having any harvest. So we'll keep them in the shelter, and that should help them from that late frost that we always get. We got some potting soil, and I'm preparing some soil for some seeds that I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to experiment with mulberry from seed. I don't know if it'll work or not because I don't have time to put it in the freezer because I just got the seeds in. I don't know if they'll germinate or not, but I'm going to try it. Also, I have some wild garlic that I bought, and I want to try that out, and some asparagus seeds, and see if I can get any of them to grow. So that's the first of probably many pots that I'll be trying this year. Now here's all kinds of life. Melanie's seeds, she's got okra, and I don't even know what else she's got. My herbs are doing nothing. They sprouted and then they sit there, and most are dying. I don't understand. I just wonder if this coconut stuff, they took out all nutrients So I'm going to have to see about getting some liquid nutrients in there, because there's nothing. I'm going to have to start all over with the herbs. It's sad. These just totally died. That was borage. I don't get it. Now, we have a tomato here that is incredible. That is 4 days since we got it, and it's tripled or quadrupled in size. And it's even got a flower coming already. So, amazing. That one's very happy. And then we've got some beans, long beans, and other various plants. I don't even know what all she's got, but they seem to be doing well under the fluorescent lights, LED lights. The normal LED lamps seem to really be doing well for these. So that was a good idea and success this year. And so we're going to keep rotating stuff out of here. Once the greenhouse is set up and established, we'll be able to move these outside into the greenhouse and start to grow them happily. So we've got to sort of work a little bit quicker on that greenhouse than I had intended, because these are growing. This is a success here, I believe.